trophy for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles.
The Ramilia Sports Report is now live.
What is up, my Ramilia fans of the Los Angeles Rams? I hope everyone's having a great Thursday night. I came on this live today to talk about some things. We'll get into it, the Puka Nakua stuff, and not the best things while he's waiting for a contract, and also too because he's the main weapon in the Super Bowl run this year, and we'll get into that. Rams have been busy in the offseason, shoring up the secondary, shoring up the special teams, signing Ronnie the Rivers Run Deep to be the third the running back 3. And I put this on my community post. Is the Rams running back situation complete now, similar to last year? And forget about Jarquez Hunter, because I guess they're not going to use him. I would have loved to have seen that speed on the field. But is the Rams running back room complete now, like last year, the same running back room? Or are we going to make a move and move up and trade Kyrene Williams or Blake Corum? Probably Kyrene if this was to happen, but it's kind of a long shot to get the Notre Dame running back, game-breaking running back that we haven't had, Jeremiah Love. Imagine Jeremiah Love, who's got Todd Gurley-esque skill set, game-breaking. Imagine play actions would be like the old days with Jared Goff, except you have Stafford at the helm. But the only thing is, he's not going to drop to us. We'd probably have to make a move or two. So, we'll see what we'll see what happens down the road. But there's a lot of other needs that we need another wide receiver, maybe. Are the Rams going to trade Puka Nakua? No. Does he need to get himself right? Yes. I have some video for you. He's a young man. I'll stand by this again. He's a young man, and he is an adult, though, and you cannot get shit-face in public when you have so much money riding on your well-being and the face of the Rams. The Rams don't, we don't have guys act up on McVay's teams, and it looks bad on the team. We can't have that. And the other thing too is don't put yourself in these situations. People are always looking to take advantage. The cash grab. We cannot do that. I think it's just a young guy in LA, and somebody's got to take him under his wing. Devontae Adams, maybe one of the defensive players. He's got to look in the mirror and take responsibility. You can't do stuff like that, especially when you have a contract coming up and we're trying to win a Super Bowl next year. And so, but I think that he actually costed him some money, because now It's not a good thing either way. I mean, whether he costed himself some money or not, you can't be doing that stuff. But now the Rams can say, hey, well, look, we love Puka. He's our guy, and we want to sign him, and we want him here for the rest of his career. He said that he's going to retire by the time he's 30, and we expect to win a few more Super Bowls before it's all said and done. But we can't have this. Would you give somebody that's um, going out in public and being drunk and getting himself in situations where, not saying that he did it, but that he bit a gal? There was some horseplay, allegedly, but somebody's always going to try to be there to get some money. And but you cannot do these things. Maybe the Rams would do an incentive-related contract. They give him a big bonus, and maybe it costed him some money. Maybe he'll be underneath JSN, because then they can say, well, look, JSN's not out there in the public doing this stuff. We believe in you, but um, you know we thought that you learned from last year with the pod stream and all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with having a good time and get a driver and all that stuff, but you know you cannot do those things. You have a lot riding. It's not just you. You represent the Los Angeles Rams. So that's one thing. And the other thing too is Bobby Trees joins the coaching staff, which I like. Bobby Trees will now join McVay's coaching staff. And, it's always great to have Bobby Trees, positive guy, locker room guy in the clubhouse. I like that. I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, um, the guys like Leroy Irvin, coming in and help the DBs, and Jack Youngblood and Aaron Donald does come around during training camp, just to Rams legends coming around. Eric Dickerson lending a hand, Todd Gurley, just seeing legends around. And big Dennis Herrera, it was his birthday not too long ago, coming around with the offensive line. And but yeah, when I first saw that story with Puka Nakua, I was like, what? That's got to be fake. The biting, and that's crazy. But we'll get to that. Let's get into the chat. I appreciate you guys. Unexpected Live. Jeremy says, Rudy, it's been a long time for me. From me, yeah, it's been a long time for me going on. It's been a few weeks. Have they gone? I've had a lot of stuff going on. I told you guys my mom passed away, and we're all getting through that, and also too, just been really busy. I had an issue with the water. Being a homeowner is tough enough, but or when you rent a place, you just have them, hey, come in, fix this. Well, we had a water leak on the water line, and it did some damage to the floor. So now we have to have them come and repair that and get through the insurance, and just a lot of stuff going on. And also too, that I've been posting on my community posts, if you guys don't know, on YouTube and also Twitter. Even though I'm not doing live streams, there's not a lot to talk about live streams, but I thought I would come on just because this Puka Nakua story is ridiculous, and the Rams are not going to trade Puka. If they were to trade Puka, I'd be really surprised. But I do now see them maybe drafting a wide receiver to put next to him, and then in case, because the Rams aren't afraid to let you go. If you mess up, they'll let you go. Ask Ernest Jones, and so, but we'll see what's up. Ducey says, "What's up, brother? Appreciate you. Horns up, brother." Stockton says, "This is all bad. Rudy Puka really effing things up for us and himself." Yep. You can't be doing that. We wouldn't even be able to trade his ass with all the shit right now. You got me coughing now. Get over a cough too. So I wouldn't pay him until after the season. Yeah, we have the franchise tag that we can use on him, and it would be just his fault. You don't want to make him bitter. You don't want to make the player upset at you. He deserves the money because he's been there for us. But you need to have a talk with them and say, hey, look, man, we love you and everything, but uh, you can't be doing this stuff, man. We're worried about you as a person, number one. But the other thing too is we have a business to run, and you're the wide receiver one, man. You cannot represent this team doing this stuff. As much as I love you, you can't do that. Stockton says if he gets arrested for the bite, it's over. He's not going to get arrested. They're already showing that they want to that they're going to investigate, and it's probably going to be some kind of settlement. Stockton says I would not commit 45 million a year to him right now. No way, no how. Stockton says there better be all kinds of clauses that void. Yeah, the most likely there's going to be now. I believe that he did cost him some. He cost himself some money. Yep. Maybe that's why they brought in Robert Woods. Now that you say that, and I mentioned that to help him be a professional and learn. Cooper Cup's not here. Robert Woods needs to sit down with Puka, but maybe Puka has some mental health issues now. He is kind of a weirdo. He's just a young guy having his time, but he was had a little of the apple juice in him, liquored up a little bit. After the Super Bowl, I'm talking about, he came out of the car and he was all happy and, he's just having a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. Not the greatest look, but that's nothing wrong with that. Now, this here, I'm going to show you a video, TMZ video. They show him laying on I don't know if it's a boat or a party boat or a bus. I didn't get a chance to really look at it, but you can't do that. Suckers, where's everyone? You are losing your audience, Rudy, because you never come on. Well, right now there's not much going on. It's after the season, so we're all taking a break. I took like a mini vacation, and we have a lot of stuff going on. But just thought I would come on. As we get closer to the draft and all that, then everything starts picking up. Danny Berry Sports Highlights. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Hello, guys. Appreciate you, Danny Berry. My guy Monster It. What's up, Rudy? I had West Niles almost took me. Oh man, no. But I'm Ram Tough. Good, man. I'm glad to see you up and about, brother. I'm glad to see you up and about. I'm glad you're feeling better. Jared says Dodgers beat D-backs 8-2. Love it, love it, love it. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Okay. So, well, before we get to Puka Naku, because that's just so depressing right now. Oh, Pook. Hold on. I want to welcome back. Na 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 na. Welcome back. Laurel Murchison, welcome back. So he's a nice death piece. Is back on the Rams D line. So welcome to Laurel Murchison. He's not going to be expensive, and he's a good player when he's out there with the other guys out there. So and then also too. We want to say welcome back to Ronnie Rivers. Welcome back, running back 3. So maybe this shores up the wide receiver, the running back room. Now you got wide receiver. I keep saying wide receiver. We got running back 1, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, running back 2, and Ronnie the Rivers runs deep. The versatile guy can run back kicks and all that. Maybe the out of the running. I would love to have Jeremiah Love, man. Just the thought of him with Stafford, and then after whoever Stafford comes after him, he looks to be a game-breaking running back like a Todd Gurley. You remember those good old days when we used to hand the ball to Todd Gurley and he was gone. When we used to play against Saquon Barkley and he took off against us. That's a huge weapon to have a running back to do those things. But it may be that with him coming back like that, that's basically the signal that our running back room is done. But you never know. And then, like I said, Les Snead has been busy. McDuffie um, getting his contract, you know, and shoring up the secondary. And then the twin bookend. Hold on. To go along with them. The $124 million contract, 4 years for McDuffie. Woo! And then Jalen Watson signed a 3 year deal in free agency. He had a 3 year deal with free agency, but we signed him as a bookend. And so the thing about McDuffie is he can go inside, outside. That's it shores up our secondary along with Quentin Lake and the guys. Cam Kitchens was re-signed, and so I'm looking forward to it. And then I thought I saw something about our guy Witherspoon. Hold on. No, I don't see it. Did you guys see anything on Akela Witherspoon? Let me see if I can find him. I happened to see something. It could have been an old. Oh, so he's with the Commanders. Witherspoon's with the Commanders. It's unfortunate, man, because we can use depth. Last year he kind of regressed a little bit, so he's with the Commanders. The Commanders. Rams Dawn, how you doing, brother? Horns up, Romney. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. My guy Tribe. Bang bang Tecmo Bowl gang. Bang bang belt to the ass gang. Sakas, why did we bring back Ronnie Rivers? What's up with Hunter? I don't know, man. McVay, maybe he got a bad taste in his mouth from Xavier Smith fumbling that ball, young guys. Maybe he didn't show nothing in practice. Maybe he was a liability in the blocking. I don't know. I like the speed. We never got a chance to see him get out there and stretch his legs. He does have really good speed, more speed than Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams and Blake Horn are kind of quick backs. They have decent speed, but he's like another gear or two more than them. Could take it to the house. He's not a flashy player, but he does have some of that. I guess either he's going to be on the practice squad or be gone. Ramjack says, Rudy, would you be in favor of a possible reunion with Bobby Wagner? I saw that. The only thing is when we had him last time, because he's an older player, he wasn't covering very well, and people were throwing the underneath stuff, and that's what the Niners like to do in our division. And but it's nice to, if he comes cheap enough, I wouldn't mind having him. Papa J, how you doing? Bang bang cannibals. Ramadan says, dang dang, never gonna win gang. But yeah, Bobby Wagner's always a great player. But there was a couple of instances when we had him the first time that he was giving up some, and he's an older player too, even a couple years ago. That's not the main reason why we would get him, but he was giving up a lot of plays underneath. And then props to, one thing I was kidding Rombo, the Niners content creator, about was, and me, Grant Cohn Grant Cohn was posting something about, Kyle Shanahan lost his fourth championship as a head coach or offensive coordinator. Meaning, so on last Saturday, the NFL had a flag football, um, a flag football championship kind of uh, mini league going, and the Wildcats, the Wildcats team that was coached by Kyle Shanahan, one of them lost in the championship game versus Team USA, and let's see, hold on, let me see if I can find it here. So Grant says, I posted that Kyle Shanahan, even on his day off, loses championship at the drop of a hat, and so they lost to Team USA in the Flag Football Challenge or whatever they, hold on, let me bring it up for you. But there were some cool plays, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it. Tom Brady started out hot, and then Grant got hurt. Gronk got hurt, and it was kind of neat. Here's Tom Brady on one of the other teams. He was on the Kyle Shanahan team, but here we go. Check this out. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? All right. Here we go.
Not only does he elude the rush, which we haven't seen many quarterbacks here in the first two games have much success doing, and then he throws an absolute seed between anybody.
Here's Brady. Pressure from Logan Paul. Now Hurts back to Brady, who makes a catch. And Tom is going to be taken down around midfield. Here's Brady. In trouble. Steps away. Brady fires. It is caught! Oh, what a play!
He's like, Brady can still play. So that was that, and great plays and all that good stuff. Joe Burrow was showing his wheels, and it was the Fanatics flag football event in LA. And let's see. I'm trying to find, hold on. Here we go. Check this out. Tonight is your night, bro. All right, here we go. So Grant Cohn had posted, I had forgot about it, that Kyle Shanahan was coaching one of the teams, and that happened to be the team that loses the championship game. So here's my tweet. Posting Grant Cohn's tweet on here. So hold on. So I got it saying, hold on. Rambo, yesterday, Kyle Shanahan, which was this was on Sunday, meaning Saturday, last Saturday. Kyle Shanahan was head coach of the Wildcats FCC team, a team of NFL players. They lost to Team USA 24-14 in the Flag Football Classic final. It seems Kyle loses championship games at the drop of a hat, including on his day off from the NFL. And then I highlighted Grant Cohn, And then Grant Cohn coined it best, and there he goes right there on the bottom. That's Grant Cohn's article on Sportskeeda. He just lost his 4th championship as head coach. 49ers reporter Grant Cohn mocks Kyle Shanahan after an embarrassing flag football loss. So there it is. God bless him. The man can't buy a break, man. Even on his day off from the NFL, is still losing championships, championship games. Hold on. Papa J says Tribe is right. The 49ers are, no, they're not. But I'm going to tell you, Papa J. We all go back and forth, me and Rombo and stuff. But I'm going to tell you, everything was going exactly how I planned. The evil empire, the emperor from Star Wars. That damn kickoff return fumble, dude. Papa J, it was right on. As much as you guys say that I'm delusional and blah blah blah, we were like this close from them coming exactly like I said, that we're going to win the Super Bowl at Levi Stadium. And but little did I realize that our interim special teams coach is going to put back in a guy that fumbled earlier in the game, and then he fumbles the ball. The Seahawks get the ball right there. They get 7 points. The Rams get down to the red zone, and they couldn't get it in. And but we were this close, because if we would have got to the Super Bowl, we run roughshod. Whoever won that game was basically the Super Bowl, because we would have ran roughshod over the Patriots like the Seahawks did. But man, we were this close, man, from them coming. Man, it sucks, but it is what it is. That's why we love this game, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be any fun anymore. But so now we shored up our secondary, we shored up our special teams, and on that note, one of the guys that helped shore up our special teams is this fella here, Grant Stewart. The guy makes plays. The guy's, he's unstoppable, going down the field, making plays, knocking balls out, getting great tackles. He's also a nice depth piece in the line core. And the 2 guys in the secondary they got from former Kansas City Chief players, Super Bowl champions. We're doing what we need to do. Papa J says, how about them Dodgers? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Joe St. Louis, Rudy, how you doing? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Toast of the town, baby. Drinks on you. That's what I need. I need a drink after this Puka stuff. We'll get to that. We'll still get to that. Thank you, guys, for coming on this unannounced live. Ram John says, hey, Wiener fans, stop rooting for my Dodgers. LA doesn't mix with SoFi and Santa Clara. Yeah, that's the one thing that we have now because of the Rams leaving California for 20 plus years. You have Raider and Niner fans picking the Los Angeles Dodgers, which I don't understand still, because like, if I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, I'm not going to pick I'm not going to, let me say it this way. NoCal and SoCal don't mix. I don't understand. Why can't you just be a San Francisco Giants fan if you're a Niner fan, or a Golden State Warriors fan? But that's the thing that's crazy. So because Wagner is so, we need speed at the linebacker. If we get him cheap enough, it'd be nice for the playoffs. But yeah, but actually the linebacking crew, that's not why we didn't win the Super Bowl last year. That's the thing that sucks. Papa J says, son, they were my Dodgers before they were your. Ram Johnson says, probably not. Well, the one thing about this here, Papa J, is guess which team, A, B, C, or D? Guess which team? Dodgers, Lakers, Niners. It's gonna be multiple choice, not just four. Dodgers, Lakers, Rams, Raiders, 49ers. Let's do five. Dodgers, Lakers, Rams, Raiders, and 49ers. Guess which team was California's first professional franchise to win a championship? No. Guess which team? I know you could guess. I know you could guess. Hold on. I'm going to give you the answer right here. Hold on. I'm just looking for something real quick. There we go. Oh, Chicky Baby. The Los Angeles Rams, the 1951 Los Angeles Rams, were the first team to win a championship for California. Before the Raiders, before the Dodgers, before the Lakers. Clark says, you see the winners brought back Greenlaw? LOL. They only signed players, then come injured. He's a good player. I like him, the way he plays, but he's just too injury prone, man. Rams John says, Santa Clara Wieners of San Jose by way of Castro Square. Keep your Dodgers out of your mouth. Steve says, everyone thinks free agency is over. Watch out. Snead never sleeps. Ask Vaughn and OBJ. Rams win Alex I at SoFi. I'm looking forward to it, man, because, man, we were this close, dude. Papa J says, Tom Brady is the man. When you're the GOAT, you will always be the GOAT. The guy fucking took 2 Super Bowls from us. Son of a gun. Rams John says, Santa Clara of San Castro Square 32ers and Cal Team Gang. Burrow, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Rudy, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Thank you guys for coming in on Unexpected Live. Let's get into Puka Nacua. So Puka Nacua, he's just been out there doing his thing. You know, he was after the Super Bowl. You know, they had him come out of a car. You know, he had a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a young fella. He's over there at the NASCAR thing doing his thing, and here we go.
Just casually with one hand on it. I'm like, yo, I could kiss the wall right now. He's like, and he was like, I'm like, he's looking at me. I was like, hey, what? I'm looking at the road. He's not looking at the road.
So, you know, he's driving NASCARs and doing his thing. He's out with the, you know, and he's a toast of Los Angeles, man. One of the main cogs in the Los Angeles star players. So that's why he's got to be careful. And let me show you, doing his thing in the off season. Hold on, this is a great picture here. Puka Nacua, beast mode, and Puka Nacua in the middle, beast mode right there on your right, and then MJ right there, baby. And so just doing his thing out and about. He was for the Super Bowl. He was on podcasts and just having a good time, and nothing wrong with that. You know, but you can't do this stuff, my guy. You cannot do this stuff. And God bless you. I hope everything's okay. And Let me get into the clip from TMZ. So he's just having a good time. That's all that says. That's all that says. He's just having a good time. That's all that is. But you cannot pass out. And I don't know if one of those gals were the girls that's saying that he did something. This is from back in December. This didn't just happen. This is from last season, and it's just coming out now. So who knows if it's a shakedown allegedly. Whenever you're, people are always trying to get money from you. You have to be careful and watch out for yourself. But he's got to clean that up. Rams John says the Shanahan special blowing 10-point lead. And see, Papa J, again, we've already went over this. Papa J, 59 years of Super Bowls and only 2 rings to show for it. Papa J, again, the Rams were the first team in California to win a championship. And they won one before that. The Rams, when Eddie DeBartolo Jr. took over the Niners in 1972, I believe it was. Let me see when he took over the Niners. Hold on. Just to help you out with your own team. (1977). Eddie DeBartolo Jr. took over the Niners. Okay, here, let me show you something. So, see it there. Eddie DeBartolo Jr. took over the Niners in 1977 after his family purchased the team for $13 million under his ownership, which lasted until 2000. And we won't go into that, but yeah, he gave away his team. He ended up giving his team to his sister. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So Eddie DeBartolo Jr. took over the Niners in 1977. By then, the Rams were already 2-time NFL champions. Okay, the Super Bowl era came in, but let's back up. 1977, the Rams owner Carol Rosenblum died in 1979. While the same season, the Rams were playing the Steelers in the Super Bowl. It wasn't until the Rams owner died that the Niners won anything. Before the Rams owner died, the Niners were not Super Bowl champions, or not any kind of championship. They never won diddly. So the Rams are multiple NFL champions pre-Super Bowl era, and multiple Super Bowl champions Super Bowl era, and free agency and salary cap era. John Bauer says, how you doing, John? Rudy, please give me your email. I have a Winers photo to share with you. Okay, it's remeliasports@gmail.com. Is it there on the bottom of my, let's see. Yeah, right there on the bottom, the way it's spelled right there. And then you just put at gmail.com at the end of this, I got an extra T in here. Hold on. Right there, Remelia Sports at gmail.com. But anyway, Ram John says, that Papa J, I agree with you. He's being blackmailed. Yeah, you never know. Papa J says, that chick don't deserve millions and millions of dollars for a little bite. It's not like he needed stitches or trauma like P. Diddy. Now, I don't even know if he did bite her. I'm just going to say this. I don't know Puka Nacua personally. I'll say this about him, that his positive energy, and this is from other players, that aren't even on the Rams team is infectious. He's a competitor. He's a tough son of a gun. Every game in the pregame, he does a prayer and he cries because his dad's not there, and he basically plays in tribute to his father. The guy, he's a good kid. Now, anyone can make mistakes; they're human beings. But if he was drunk and he did that, that doesn't make it a good excuse. But I don't see him doing that. Maybe it was a stupid playful thing. I don't know. Allegedly, we'll see. Steve says, that first Pats Super Bowl win was the beginning of the cheat and effing Kraft cheating to win began. Yeah, the Spygate. Yup. Raised LA, exactly. Rams Don horns up. I'm skipping to catch up. Rams John says Puka is being Puka. I have a lot of Samoan friends, and they have the same personality as Puka. Yeah, I just think he's a good kid, and the podcasting with the guy, the guy who made him do the anti-Semitic gesture was stupid by that guy. He trusted him, and but yeah, Stockton says, "How is Puka going to act when he gets 180 million?" Ray Jolly says, "I have zero concern about Puka. He's young, rich dude in LA in the prime of his life. Let him have some fun." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having fun. Just gotta. You can't be on the bed passed out. Ray Jolly says, "Rudy, I wonder why we haven't re-signed Jimmy." Yeah, he turned down. Who did he turn down? Cold-blooded. Who was it? I don't remember, but he turned somebody straight down. Stockton says, "How about those Santa Clara Whiners?" Monster It says, "It's been almost 59 years since the Niners won a Super Bowl. Go watch your VHS highlights." And your mom said, "Go to bed, Papa." Papa. John Barber says, "Rudy, please give me your email." I got that to you already. Let's see. Yep. Papa J says, "Not like Eddie D gave it away. NFL took it from." Well, he did. He got suspended for conduct detrimental by an owner in that racketeering issue that went on allegedly, and then he was suspended a year from the NFL, was fined, and then he ended up handing the team over to his sister. Steve says, "Sounds like Puka needs a big brother to rein him in a little bit. That would any of us, if we that would." Let's see. What would any of us do if we were in that position? Yeah, I mean, when I was young, I was a knucklehead. I mean, I'm a knucklehead still. But I know what you're talking about. And then also, too, there was a mishap where it was reported about a stolen car from his brother, and it turns out that it wasn't a stolen. It was just a miscommunication. He actually had permission to use that car, and they were bringing up Puka because that was his brother, and just all over, just saw everything all over. Ray's LA says Ram fans want him to be a Boy Scout like Cup, but he isn't, and also better than Cup. Yeah, he's younger. It's in LA. There's a lot of temptation. Just got to be careful. Stocker says that the attorney for Puka admitted he bit her, but said it was horseplay. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. I heard something about horseplay. Let's see. It's just he doesn't need to put himself in those situations. And then we want to look forward to this game here, September 11th, a day that we will all remember. It's going to be a Thursday night primetime bout to the ass gang. The Rams, soon to be Super Bowl champions at SoFi again, take on the third placers from Santa Clara. I expect a bout to the ass, and the Niner fans that make the trip are able to check out the escalators in Australia. So that means the Niners are going to be 0-1 to start this season, and I can't wait for that. Looking forward to that. And then also, too, back to that flag football game. So Devontae Adams was up doing his thing. He was one of the pro players that played in the game. Let me get this other one out of here. So that hamstring is healed up. And then back to what the guys did in offseason. Here's K Dot with the big catch. What the hell is that? Damn. Woo. You're going to need a bigger boat. But yeah, Puka Nacua needs to get himself together. I'm looking forward to the draft. Are we going to move up, get Jeremiah Love? Probably not, because now we have our running back room complete with Rodney Rivers being re-signed as a running back 3. Probably going to get a receiver maybe, but we need to do what we can. So this man here, the NFL's MVP and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and probably the greatest Rams, arguably the greatest Rams quarterback of all time, Matthew Stafford, so he can get another Super Bowl. We should have had one last year. We remember I would always tell you guys, nobody can beat us except for us. And that's what happened. I wasn't planning on us, I wasn't planning on a TV analyst calling in and handing, calling in and say, I think that was a backwards pass. And they were already setting up for the punt. And they gift wrap 2 points to the Seahawks so they can tie the game in overtime against us. I wasn't planning for that. That helped them maneuver and take away the number 1 seed from us. And then I wasn't planning on our kick returner, Xavier Smith, to fumble the ball and give them the ball right there. And then even at that point, we were still driving. We were in the red zone to take the lead back again. So, like I said, everything was going exactly how I thought, except for that. Ah, man, it's tough because, this is why we love this game. Nothing is guaranteed. Let me get my chat back up. Nothing is guaranteed, but boy, I'm still reeling over that. Steve says, Jimmy G don't want to go. He loves being, he loves being with the Rams. He was going to, see what kind of money they gave him and all that. Let me see what team it was. That's bothering me now. Jimmy G turns down. Who was it? It's just bringing up a bunch of old stuff. But somebody was wanting to maybe bring him in or talk to him, and he said no, thank you. I don't see it here, but I believe that too, that he would rather be with the Rams. Carperdue says, she said, show me the money. Unfortunately, that's probably what happened. Ray Alex says, maybe the Rams want Bennett to be the backup and they seem interested in Nussmeier. I like Bennett, man. He hasn't got a chance. The guy's got mobility. He's got a decent arm. He needs experience. I think with McVay, he can do like Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy and be successful. He has to prove that he can do it at this level. But I mean, he's got the skill set, in my opinion. Nobody has said that he's going to be an elite quarterback, but either is Brock Purdy, either is Sam Darnold. And as long as you put a good defense with the weapons around him, and a guy like Sean McVay being head coach and offensive coordinator, calling the plays, I mean, yeah. Ram Justice looks like some sort of stingray. Oh, that big thing he had. It was weird. At first, it looked like it had like some kind of tiger face. It wouldn't let me zoom in on it. Stocker says, "Does anyone enjoy the smell of their own?" When are the Rams release the new logo? They're gonna make us wait again, right? Is he? Jimmy G is dating Kiara Mia. Ram John says Rambo was a fart sniffer. Arizona. That's right. Thank you. Stocker, Jimmy G turned down Arizona. Arizona. Remember they had those ugly jerseys that looked like somebody. It was the inside of a baby's diaper and shit. It was like the spotted shit all over their jersey. That was the horrible. That was the worst rivalry jerseys that they made. Man, that was horrible. Lucy said this year needs to get started. Let's go. Yeah, man. We got to get that bad taste out of our mouth. Ram John says a little over 3 weeks until the draft. I can't wait. I wouldn't put anything past Les Snead. The logo will be solid. Next topic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Stockton doesn't like the old logo. Stockton. I like it. Ramdas says, "Who remembers Sobe iced teas?" I remember those. You guys remember? You guys remember that like wine cooler drink? Zimas. We used to make fun of one of my buddies. Hey man, stop drinking all them Zimas. You're driving. Welcome back. And let's remember why we have Puka, even with all these problems and stuff. Let's remember the dude that Puka Nakua is.
Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target. Oh! Puka Nakua! Absolutely ridiculous to set up first down and goal.
Just playmakers making plays. And look, Mike Jackson is in a perfect position here. He doesn't bite on the double move. I mean, this is textbook as far as the technique that you would teach the corner. But you can't teach that.
Unreal.
This dude, man, the sky's the limit. He just has to calm himself down a little bit. I wish I could go and talk to him and say, hey, look, Puka, the road is your oyster, baby. You have to think about life after football. You want to retire young. You want to enjoy your life, but also you don't want to ruin it. You don't want to ruin endorsements. I mean, Snapple might come after you. Whatever it is, all this stuff, you don't want endorsements. You don't want to mess that up by just having too much fun and not protecting your brand. You have to look out for your brand. like, cause that logo is for LA Snails. John Bomber says Zima. Oh, let me look at that thing you sent me, John. I forgot. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me find it. I saw that too. I saw that too the other day. Here we go. I think Papa J left. Dang it. We'll have to bring it up next time he comes up. Rumble. Are you sure those trophies aren't made out of aluminum? I mean, at that time, the NFL wasn't as big as it is today with the TV contracts and streaming. And I know for a fact that the Rams ring is like bigger than 3 of the Niners rings put together. Are you sure that's not a gold-plated cubic zirconia? But yeah, I saw that too. That's funny. John says Zima, they were really good. Yeah, they were like a 7, I forgot what they tasted like, but it was almost like a strong Sprite or something. Smirnoff Ice was good, man. Fruitopia. Jesus, I remember Fruitopia in high school. Puka's a beast. Puka's a badass dude. That's a bad mofo. He just has to relax a little bit. His legal team will take care of this stuff. He just got to watch out for his brand and not let things get in the way of him. But yes, next year can't come soon enough.
Matthew Stafford's coming off an MVP season.
Matthew Stafford coming back.
Stafford fires to the end zone. Touchdown LA!
From the Rams' perspective, they're all in.
I just went through every position group, and they're loaded.
Trip McDuffie is headed to the Rams.
Now we got Jalen Watson.
The Rams have loaded up in the secondary.
Cam Curl, he stays in LA.
Rams re-sign tight end Tyler Higbee.
Now you have all-pro players at every level of the field.
Stafford. Adams, touchdown!
This is the reason why the Rams continue to dominate the NFL.
Offense, you're set at receiver.
Puka, oh my goodness!
So the running back room is loaded.
Kyron Williams, he's in on his feet.
The front four needs no introduction.
He is sass.
I don't know how I would look at another team and say that's better on paper than the LA Rams.
I said the same thing. The Super Bowl champion, it's hard for me to say that, man. But they deserved it. They beat us twice. Seattle Seahawks don't have Kenneth Walker. That's a huge loss. Now, whoever they get in there, they'll be fine on offense. They still got GSN. They got Bobo, decent tight end. They're still going to be formidable. But there was a few plays where we had Kenneth Walker stopped, and he did the shake and bake, and he was able to stay healthy, and he had that extra gear. And so, they lost a guy in the secondary who's kind of like a rogue piece, decent player, but they have a different offensive coordinator. It's going to take a little while, most likely, for Sam Darnold to get comfortable. We can get that number 1 seed in the NFC. Steve says, go back to old school unis and stop with the broken horn. Yeah, I'm the same way. Steve says, I like the yellow color rush jerseys. Yeah, I did too. I never got a chance to get my Aaron Donald. I wanted to get that Aaron Donald color rush jersey. Ralph Johnson, the Winers trophies are made of polished foil. Ray Dallas says, those were fire, Steve. Mike's Hard Lemon, Mike's Hard Iced Tea. I haven't tried that one. Let's see. What else do I got? Here we go. Like I said, Puka's a bad mofo.
I ain't gonna lie, that boy in his Darth Vader mode. One of my biggest flexes in the world. I damn near think I could do most. I couldn't do that.
Puka Nacua is a bad mofo, man. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. You know, he's going through some stuff right now. He's got to relax that, get himself together. They're going to do some. They're going to deal with what they have to deal with. He's got his attorney on it, but mostly for his own health. You know, you can't be getting lit up and laying there with in the public. And also, you got to take care of your brand. But we got some unfinished business, and we don't want no distractions. And the NFL not to have to suspend you at all for anything. And most likely, they may be suspended for a couple games because of this. You know, so. But we got to remember, Puka Nacua is a bad man. Burrow says, "Yo, Rudy, I want to get back at Sam Darnold in the seat." Yeah, man. The game that killed me was that overtime game, man. We had 16-point lead, and Kobe Turner had just intercepted the ball and took the foot off the gas pedal. Now says, "I lift them weights." Ray's LA says, "I love the Midnight Mo jerseys, the rivalry jerseys." Yeah, they kind of grew on me. I want to get a Stafford one. Let's see. Here's our guys talking about our team.
Robert Woods on the coaching staff.
I love it.
That, me too.
Love it.
Yes.
Brian Allen too.
Love it.
BA.
Yeah.
Bobby Trees and yards.
What I love about that is it's so different here. Again, I keep talking about the ecosystem here. How many former players got a chance to get on with the team that they
same team? Not many.
That doesn't happen that way. Yeah. And for Sean to give a guy, you don't know what it's done. Like, and I'll tell you, and I know DeMarco said the same thing. Transitioning from football to the real world is crazy because you realize there's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Like majority of my days, 16 of those was football, 8 was sleep, pretty much. Like you get a little bit of family here and there, but majority of the time you're working on your craft. You're thinking about your game. When you retire, you don't have to think about it. It's 24 hours in a day, right? And so you're like, what am I going to do? I have nothing to do. I have no schedule. I have nothing going on. And for Sean to recognize that and say, here, you want to coach? You have an interest in coaching? I don't know how that conversation happened. If you want to here, come on, we'll bring you on here. You're right here at home. You live right here. You could help us get our guys better. You brought the physicality to the reason our receivers block the way they are because of you, right? We want that all to come this way. I mean, it's full circle, and it's a special moment. But like I said, there's not many teams like that that do that. Not many.
And he's right. And so Robert Woods is on the staff, and I look for him to win a Super Bowl, his second ring with the Rams as a head coach this time, as a coach's assistant. Bro says, F the Seahawks. Steve says, they're sober 13 years plus. Oh, good. Good for you, man. That's great. That's amazing. Ray's Alex says, Sea Chicken's getting fired this season. Listen, it was a great run. I can't believe that we lost to Sam Darnold twice. And it was right there for us, man. We could just blame ourselves. Man. And we knew that the secondary, was having problems. They got beat up. Witherspoon was out for a little while. Guys were giving up big plays. Look at the game against the Panthers, and now we fixed it. But it's a little bit for the Super Bowl last year. Too late. But now we got to get over that, and now we got to do this. But man, it was. It was right there. I was saying all year that we're going to win the Super Bowl at Levi Stadium, and it was right there in front of us. Even though we didn't have the number 1 seed, even though we had to go the long way with the wild card. But anyway, all right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Love each one of you guys. I'll be on more streaming. Keep an eye for lookout. We'll see what happens with the Puka situation. Most likely, if I had to guess, they're going to make they're going to do an undisclosed settlement and then that'll be that. And then hopefully he'll keep his nose clean and not have to worry about any of this stuff. Ramsdown says, Steve, congrats on your sobriety. Yes, indeed. I want to highlight that. Yes, indeed, baby. Congrats on that, man. That's great. That's great, man. God bless you. I'm glad for you, man. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon. I'm going to be on more as we get closer to the draft. It's only a few weeks away. I appreciate the support and love, all you guys. Don't forget, I'm on Twitter X Remelia Sports, and I'm on my YouTube community posts. I'm still giving you, even though I'm not on lives or doing videos, I'm giving you any news that comes down the pike. Ray Zelly says, horns up. Yes, indeed. Steve says, anyone notice DeMarcus likes to cut MGD off in between? I haven't noticed that. I'll have to check that out. All right, guys, we'll talk to you guys soon. Don't forget, as we always say, may the Remelia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. And Puka, relax, brother. You'll